What's up, my creepy gang? Creepy here, and today we're gonna be reviewing Halloween 2018. Anyway, we're gonna be reviewing the 2018 Halloween movie. Now, fair warning, guys, if you guys don't like any spoilers and don't want to hear anything about the film, then please don't watch this video. But please feel free to check out my previous videos. I'm sure you know. Anyway, let's get on with this review / spoiler. My first thoughts about the film was it completely obliterates the original by far. The scares in this film were more so gruesome and creative, and it was just the way the kills in this film versus the original was so unique. It just blew me away and made me almost shit my pants. Yeah. I had to change pants twice. But anyway, it by far beats the original, making the first weekend of the box office heading its way to $77.5 million, beating the whole entire franchises, not just part one of the movie, all the Halloween films put together. And for a Halloween movie, that's impressive. I mean, for any horror movie at all, is impressive for just one weekend. A couple of gripes I had about the film were there weren't enough jump scares. I mean, it was like maybe like one or two, but at least with the previous film, there was more jump scares. It was more so suspenseful than it was. This one was more scary. If it would have had more of that dramatic suspense and the jump scares, maybe I would have been more clenched to my seat. But the kills really did save the jump scares, so much so that it really kind of didn't even need jump scares to begin with. But knowing me as a classic horror movie fan, I just like the jump scares. Keeps me in suspense. Another thing I really did like about it was they really expanded Laurie Strode's character, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. In the first one, in Halloween in 1978, Laurie Strode was just this common teenage babysitter, and when she first faced off with Jason, she was like this, almost like this shriveling coward in the first couple of parts of the film. But as the film starts to progress, Laurie Strode becomes the embodiment of what a true female hero is supposed to be. She's not being brave because she, is doing it for the greater good or for anybody. She's being brave because she has to. She's being brave because she has to, and she is still scared shitless of this person, but she's fighting her fear and facing it head on. And I like that. I like that they made Laurie Strode this very powerful hero that a true female hero is supposed to be. The thing with the doctor, the new doctor who was supposed to replace Dr. Loomis, I didn't like him. The simple fact why I didn't like him, because, well, he didn't have the Dr. Loomis feel I was looking for. It wasn't right. So much so that, I wish they didn't add or try to replace Dr. Loomis at all. But, he was okay. The actor who played the psychiatrist or doctor. Actually, in the film, there's like two doctors. One being the younger one, if you see in the trailer of him holding the mask, showing it to Michael Myers, that's the first one. There's another, you know, doctor or psychiatrist in the film. Him, the one that I'm talking about, I didn't like him. I just felt like they just. It didn't. I don't know. It just felt like they just added him just in there, just to fill something. I felt like his character was too rushed, and it just didn't feel right. Also, with the plot, the plot goes to the original, completely ignoring all the previous Halloween films, except for part 1. So this is kind of like part 2 / a remake, kind of. This movie starts 40 years ago from back when the previous film, which was 1978 to 2018. So yeah, about 40 years into the story. With the daughter, Laurie Strode's daughter, played by Judy Greer. Her character, if I would have known more about her backstory, like I wanted to know more of who she was as a person. I felt like they could have, told more about who Karen Strode was. I would have loved to have known more about her, in the film, but she wasn't that bad. Also, Karen Strode's daughter, played by a female actress named Andy. I can't pronounce her last name. I think her last name's like Matikek. I don't know. I can't pronounce the last name, but her name's Andy. She was really good. I liked her. She was like she reminded me so much of like the young Laurie Strode, and I liked that. I liked how they really, just. I feel like she was more so like Laurie was when she was younger. Is what I'm basically trying to say to you guys, and I like that because the Laurie Strode's daughter doesn't really remind me much of Laurie. She's just kind of her own character. My last thing I would have to say was they could have, they could have like, I don't know, I feel like they could have like expanded more with how Jason escaped. I didn't like that. I wanted to see it. I wanted it to be better. I didn't like it. I didn't like how he escaped. But what can you do? That was my own. Those were my only couple of gripes about the film. Like there weren't enough jump scares. There wasn't enough characterization with the doctor and the daughter. Also, how Michael Myers escaped. I wanted it to be more, like amped up. For me, it wasn't amped up, but I don't know. Maybe for you guys, when you guys watch the film, you guys tell me in the comments what you guys think. But for me, it wasn't that amped up how he escaped. But yeah. But anyway, let's get on with the story. Our film begins with one of the psychiatrists visiting Michael Myers at the insane asylum. The doctor is trying to get Michael Myers' attention, trying to get him to speak, trying to get any word out of him at all. And he tries to get his attention by pulling out a mask that his mask that he confiscated, Michael Myers' mask. He pulls it out and he tries to get a reaction out of Michael Myers. This does little to nothing to Michael Myers. He just is just sitting there, chained up. Oh, my bad. He's just standing there, chained up, and doesn't say a word. There's no reaction. There's no, not even a little bit of word. Nothing. But when the doctor pulls out the mask, everyone around Michael Myers loses their shit. Like, I'm talking about the patients, the patients, all the patients around Michael Myers just start losing their shit, and the guard dog starts barking, starts freaking out, and Michael Myers is still not saying a word. You know, all the people are screaming, the dog is barking, and the doctor gets a little mad with that. He just wants to learn more about Michael Myers, and it's not gonna get him from him. He's not speaking. So what does he do? He goes and visits Laurie Strode in hope of finding out more about the tale of Michael Myers, who he is, what he is. And he doesn't get much from Laurie Strode. He doesn't get much information out of her either. He tries to bribe her with money to try to get her for maybe a 2 or 3 minute interview. But she wasn't really that helpful. She just pretty much gave him shit basically and kicked him out. So yeah, she wasn't any help at all. But with that, I want to get on. I'm not gonna say a lot of spoilers, but with the one part, how Michael Myers escapes, I forget how it happened, but I think the bus crashes with all the patients in it, including Michael Myers, obviously. The bus crashed, and little do you know, Michael Myers escapes. And how Michael Myers escapes is, matter of fact, how there is a boy and a dad that are just aimlessly driving by, and they see all these patients out the bus, and the dad and the son are like, what's going on? Why is there like a broken down bus and patients just running around? So the dad obviously gets out of the car and goes and checks if anybody is okay, just to check around, and the son is just sitting there waiting for his dad to return, but the dad doesn't come back. So the little boy decides to get out the car and check for himself, grabbing his dad's shotgun. He goes inside the broken down bus, and he sees the other doctor, and he just gets scared. The doctor's like, don't shoot, but he just accidentally pulls the trigger and shoots him. Not shooting him dead, just almost. He was almost dead. And then the boy's like, oh shit, like he's just sitting there scared shitless, runs back into the car, and he's just sitting there. Little do we know, Michael Myers, behind him, grabs the little boy's neck and snaps it, stealing the car, and gets away from the scene. Also, another scene where Michael Myers gets his full attire. He gets it. He gets his full outfit from like a dude working at a garage. He gets the onesie, pretty much basically bashing the dude's skull to death, you know, and he just takes his clothes. Little do we know, the other doctor, not the one that showed the mask in the first scene, and his assistant are there, not knowing that Michael Myers is there. The one female asks the mechanic, "Hey, where's the bathroom?" She uses the bathroom. Michael Myers goes inside the bathroom and he's looking around the the stalls in the bathroom, and he finally finds the girl, and obviously the door's locked, and he's like, trying to open it, and she's like, "Excuse me, there's somebody in here." Brief pause, and then pulls out his hand, drops like teeth, like the guy that he just bashed his brains in for the onesie, drops his teeth, and there's like blood spilling down. He's literally he's prying open the bathroom door, and she's just scared shitless. The assistant, she's scared shitless. She's crawling now. She's crawling army style, literally trying to save her life. And Michael Myers is like trying to pry open all the doors, grabs her legs, pulls her, and then she's just sitting there screaming. She's scared shitless, and the young psychiatrist, tries to go after her rescue. Michael Myers, just grabs the dude and just is like bashing his face in the bathroom door. Just keeps bashing it in and just beating him senseless. Drops him down the floor and then grabs the girl, snaps her neck, and just puts her on the hanger in the bathroom. Leaves, goes in the car, grabs the mask that they took from him, puts it on, and that's it. I don't want to give too much away of the film, but I will say this: I give this movie 10 jack-o'-lanterns. It destroys the previous film of the movie, blowing it away. I get, a couple little gripes here and there about the film, but for me, it was still a great movie. I loved it. Great story. The characters could have been, more developed. But all in all, it was a great film. I really suggest you go watch it. Watch it again. I'm going to. I'm probably going to go watch it after I'm done editing this video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give a like, share with your friends, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of the movie. As always, I'm the Creeper, and I'll see you guys next time.